Join us for our recap of the fitness and figure division at the Olympia. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. This was a shakeup. Welcome to Olympia TV. I'm Lenda Murray, 8 times Miss Olympia, and joining me, my co-host, Wendy Fortino, IFBB Figure Pro, and Adela Garcia, 8 times Ms. Olympia Fitness. And as I said, this is about fitness and figure, and two ladies that know these divisions well. So I'm really excited to talk about this, ladies.
We are excited too. It was an interesting show. So, and looking at the results, we're looking at the scorecard and looking at routines. It was a shakeup. Yes, you're absolutely right, Linda.
Yeah, it was a shakeup.
It was a shakeup. I feel like, especially with the figure division, we're going to start off with figure. There was a lot of excitement going into the figure division because, you know, as everyone knows, we had Missy come from the fitness world, and she was bringing heat on and off the stage. There was, the press conference beforehand where her and Jessica, had some words with each other. And I think that, people have all their opinions about what happened was a lot more attention got placed on the figure division than what has been in a very long time. So we can look at that as a positive thing, right?
Yes.
But when we look at the results, we'll pull those up real quick. And we weren't even putting her in our conversation as much as we should. But Ria Gayle, who just stole the show, we're going to talk about that. Lola Montez, she was a favorite. She still bumped up a little bit to top 2 this year. Jessica, still up in the mix, dropped just a little bit. Denise Zwinger, she has been on a roll, winning show after show after show, and I think a lot of people knew she was coming in hot. Nicole, she's always a fire contender at the Olympia when she's on that stage and she's on point. We always know she's going to be in the mix. Natalia Solero, still top 6 finish, great for her. Lena Ramsteiner, who's been steadily moving her way up. She just won against Jessica Padilla this past weekend, which we'll talk about too. So that puts her in an interesting position.
Wow.
Well, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's a really big one. Erica Morgan, she told me this was her last year competing in the Olympia, but we'll see about that. She still snagged a top 8 finish. Jennifer Zener made it back into that top 10, which we're really excited for her. And then Missy Truscott round top 10. We did think she was going to place a lot higher, but again, you never know. The figure lineups are very fierce, and she still brought a top 10 finish. So all in all, I think that was still a win for her. If she's planning on staying in the figure division and working her way up the ranks, I think we're she's starting off with a great entrance into that division.
Yeah, I had a conversation briefly because I definitely plan to have Ria on to interview her. We interviewed Missy, we interviewed, Jessica Reyes. We reached out to Lola to invite her for an interview, but she was so laser focused, she decided to not accept that invitation. But I was talking to Cherish Richardson. I think I saw her in Atlanta at my show in August, and she said to me, Linda, did you see Ria Gayle at Texas? She says she is not playing. She's bringing it. And she was so confident. Yeah, she was so confident. And she didn't mention anyone else. And she talked highly of Ria. So I had Ria. She's always been like,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Well, she's definitely gonna be in our conversation a lot now.
Yeah, so she is super quiet, right? Because she's very quiet. She's from here, from Texas. I know she lives in Dallas. And
I mean, she placed 5th last year, and that was a huge jump for her. I think she was outside the top 15 before that. So she jumped up to 5th place. So we were rooting for her top 5 finish, saying, wow, like she's now in the mix. But I don't think anybody expected a jump like she made, where she went from 5th to 1st. I mean, that is so rarely done that honestly,
you're right.
It's an amazing testament to her, just her talent and her focus and her tenacity. She obviously knew what she wanted, and she went out and she sure got it. So
you know what she reminds? She reminds me of Sid Gillian, though, in a way, because she's very quiet, she's silent, and she snuck up into the competition like, hey girls, hello, I'm here.
Yeah, she's always stood out to me. I could go back, I don't know, about 5 years, because again, I love figure, I love this division. I'm familiar with all the women, and I remember first seeing her and how her presentation when she sets her legs and then she flares those lats, like it's like, oh wow, you know,
I'm about to take off.
I wonder what she was thinking here. She's in the center of Lola, and she's got Jessica on the other side of her. I wonder. This is why I can't wait to interview these girls, because I want to know like what was on her mind, what was going on. I mean, that must have been such a rush for her.
Yeah, because she's right next to Lola. She's right next to Lola, and she knows that she's closer to the center than Jessica Reyes is. So she has to, at this point, I believe when they finished, this is where they left off at, right? This is the position. Nothing changed.
Wow.
I'm going to, here we go. I'm playing her. Here we go. This is Ray on stage. This is her routine. I thought we might as well, while we're talking about her, might as well pull up her routine. But this is, Adela, what you were saying, she kind of reminds you of Sid. I do think they have a very similar flow. And I actually talked to Sid the night before the show. And this is her posing coach. So go figure, right? They do have a very similar style, but I do feel like Sid passed that torch onto a physique that is reminiscent of the physique she on that stage last year when she claimed her 8th title. So she has to be feeling really good about that. I saw them posting photos together. So beautiful presentation.
Yeah. And I think, gosh, the figure division, I was mostly waiting for this division to see the outcome. And I think that so many of us, the conversation was really always about Lola and Jessica.
Right.
And then there was a controversy. I think Lola declined the interview because, you know, Jessica's very organic, authentic, outspoken. She speaks her mind, and she says it with authority. And sometimes some people take that as she's throwing somebody under the bus, but she was just basically saying all year long that, listen, I was second in the world to Sid Gillen, the best in the world. So why should I think anything different? Why should I think anything different, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like she didn't bring it. I mean, she looks incredible. I must say that. But again, once you get in the mix with, you know, everybody's bringing it at that time. And, you know, not to say that the body changes and the look changes. One thing that I was thinking about was when I messaged you guys and I said, look, you know, I just thinking like the title doesn't belong to anyone. And even if if the current champion is there, it's still, it's your title then, but it can just go anywhere at that moment. Like we get kind of set up in like, oh, that's going to be my title. That's my title, even though that person's retired. It's not like that. All these girls, they brought it.
They brought it. I like what you're saying too, Adela, you know, because I mean, that's what made it exciting. I mean, I just always know when when we're all thinking one thing, the judges always pull the rug from under us and say, "Hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do." So, what was that comment right there?
This was
Yes,
they definitely went in a direction that seems more on par with Sydney. Personally, saw just as the winner, but very close.
yes, yes.
We are gonna. So okay, like I mean that's interesting because you know I would say that all of the top four between Lola, Ray, Jessica, and we had
Denise.
Denise sneak in there. Those four girls really separated themselves from the pack, I feel like, and I wouldn't have had a problem with any one of them winning. I do feel like Ray pulled away a little bit. We have Lenda had put these two photos together, and you could really see just the shape and symmetry of Ray kind of pull away from Lola. You know, it's interesting because Lola is known for her just flawless structure and symmetry, and I stand by that. And I that it might be a posing thing. Like I almost feel like if she just like pulled her shoulders forward and pulled her chest up more, it would fan her lats out more. What do you think, Lenda?
You know what I think the difference between, I kind of agree with, when I look at Rhea, she is more in alignment, her physique with Sid. Not that their structure, because I think Sid's structure is, Sid has more balance, upper body, lower body.
Yeah.
Whereas when I look at Rhea, she has more of a shorter up torso. And I don't know if it always appears, not shorter torso, but she always pulls her, see how she pulls her bikini bottom all the way up like that? She's always done that. And that's all good. But where I see the difference between the two ladies, and when I say comparison, I'm thinking about when I see them in person also,
Right.
and their structure. And Lola sometimes I can look at her and think that she's women's physique. Like when I see her in person, like her quad, the level of her muscle. So I don't know if you have that pic of the two of them being compared from the rear, Wendy, that I put together, and there you can see the level of muscularity, the density, I think that
oh wow,
Lola has. Like look
wow.
at Lola's, look at her rhomboid, her thickness, look at her calves in comparison to
wow.
Rhea. You see what I'm saying? Look at the even the like the hamstrings, like that physique. It's almost like she has more, what do you call it, like muscle maturity?
Yeah,
Like at a level of going closer to, like if somebody had to kick off their heels and be in women's physique, it would be Lola.
And like I even feel like she's holding back a little bit. Like I feel like her back, she's not, and maybe that's by design, she's doing it on purpose because there's more here. I feel if she fanned them out more. So maybe that's a strategy for her because she is so muscular.
Yes,
you know,
she's muscular. She's really, you know, and I mean, when I see Ria in person, when I see both of them in person, they're tiny. They both are tiny. But what I'm saying is you got to get where I'm going with it. When I think about figure and I look at an athlete, like I'm going to put Rhea in the same category with Sid. I'm going to put her in the same category. Even when with Nicole, Zenobia, the size, you know, and the same with Jessica. I think Jessica has that very muscular, also can be appearance and be more in alignment with Lola. I don't know.
That's insane, that photo that you put together, because wow, that's a lot of muscle density right there.
Yes.
Especially on the back. Yes.
Wow. So this is so like, you know, one compare third and fourth to each other.
Yeah. And somebody just said, I really thought Lola had it, but Denise, can you talk about Denise? Wow, that's
Denise.
Aurora. You're right, Aurora. You're right, because Denise really, really stood out. I mean, She did. She really, really stood out. Just, and again, look at Jessica there. Look at the level
Yeah.
of maturity of the muscle and the
Right, right.
separation. Just amazing.
Yeah, but
I
I like
do
about
think
the knees, that little waist too.
I
Tiny
know.
little waist, nice shoulders. Wow.
Yeah. She doesn't even have her bottoms hiked up like all the other girls do.
No.
I will say, Jessica definitely, I mean, it's really hard. This is something that only time can create, but it's really difficult to take your eyes away from the beautiful, full muscle bellies that Jessica brings to the stage. I think
Yes.
that is, like you said, it's the muscle maturity. And Denise is clipping on her heels in that category because she's got the shape, the beauty, the symmetry. She's
Yeah.
got plenty of size. I would actually say she has plenty of size, and not to get more size, but to take what she has and to create that maturity that Jessica has. And
Yes.
I really believe that Denise is somebody that we're going to be looking at in the future for
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that title. She can maintain
Yes.
all the strengths that she has.
Yeah. So many people talked about her at prejudging when we were sitting there in the audience looking at her.
Oh,
And
oh,
you
yeah.
guys can see right here, she's holding her own. She
Oh,
really is.
yeah.
She's just like a little perfect. I mean, because when we think of figure, I think
Oh.
all the ladies pretty much fall in the category of figure. I'm not saying that Lola or Jessica could be women's physique at all. I'm just saying that mature muscle that they have,
Mm-hmm.
that I think that some of the women in figure or conversation that I've heard, they're always afraid that, oh my God, that's going to be too much, or does that really represent figure, right? Because each
Mm-hmm.
division, these girls have put on more and more muscle. Whereas we know, if you look at Denise, what would you say? Would you say Denise would fall her structure, her stature into what's our Miss Olympia from Michigan? Nicole, one of our
Zenobia.
first figure champions, Miss Olympia, Nicole.
Oh, what was that?
Wilkins?
Yeah.
Yes, Nicole Wilkins. I
Yes.
remember when Nicole was, when she was our champion, and I know that's what figure was, and then she was kind of like, it's starting to, these girls are starting to put on this muscle, and they're starting to bring
Yeah,
this size and this conditioning that
I know.
you see what I mean? So
I do. I think she has a Nicole Wilkins-esque, beauty and structure, but
yes,
she's already far past up Nicole Wilkins'
correct,
muscularity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
correct.
I think,
She is.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes her be able to hold her own and
yeah,
stand out and be like, okay, this is like figure. This woman, she's gone and she's pulled off a Nicole Wilkins, the presentation, and still being in alignment where it's not threatening or
yeah.
yeah.
What do you guys think will be for her, for Denise, for her to get, past this girl? I mean, what do you guys
I
see?
well, I actually think, to be honest, she put on a lot of depth in her back throughout the season, but I do think that she needs a little bit more last year, a little bit more depth. And I mean, I'm talking about to win the Olympia.
Yes.
I'm not saying,
No,
I'm
it's
just saying,
no.
I'm
That's
not even saying, I mean, she's like, I mean, she's phenomenal. But I'm saying, like, looking at her win the best in the world title, if she put on a little bit more lats here, a little bit more depth, that's where I think she's going to really start to shoot and gun for that number one spot. I
yeah,
think she's
I
there.
love her back pose. Her back pose
Yeah.
is so pretty.
yeah.
I know Jessica, she normally has a little bit of a hard time with the back pose, just and she nailed it this time, but I know in the past, just injuries that we have as athletes, sometimes it's a little bit hard to nail that back pose.
Yeah. I mean, this division, it was tough. Just we knew the girls are going to bring it, and I'm going to say that for me, because I'm connected to the athletes and recognize the whole conversation that we've had all year long with Lola and Jessica, it's hard to sit in the audience and know like their history and their story, and then for them to not win. It's like, especially I think with Jessica, even though we're saying we know that it doesn't mean that just because you were second place, it said that you're definitely going to win it. But it's like you kind of go, what more can they do?
Yeah.
What more can they do? You know what I mean? Because Jessica's 2 times Olympia figure champion, 23, 25. She's been second. And then when something like this happens, from our perspective, from our point of view, you're happy for Ria for sure, but then you kind of have some kind of sympathy for a Jessica, because I mean they work it. They've been working it all year. They've done everything absolutely that they can do to capture that title, right?
Especially since she went from being the runner-up into a 3rd place, so that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but everybody there. So
well, we'll talk to her and find out what her plans are, because who knows? We don't really know her backstory. We don't know like what all she went through this season. So that'll be interesting. That's where we have good journalism when we try to dig and find out what is going on with these athletes, because she could very well come back stronger than ever before. Top 3 are automatically qualified, so she doesn't even have to compete all year, doesn't want to, and she could go right into the Olympia 2026 and maybe take the year to kind of regroup and reframe herself, and then come back and take that title. So it's still in the realm of possibilities.
Yes, it definitely is. I'm so proud of Jessica. And Deborah makes a point again here. She says, but Jessica was truly happy for Ria. She made a reel with her right after the O. And that's the thing that I see in Jessica, is that she's very strong. She's strong-willed. She makes her point. And we got to see that whole drama at the press conference between her and Missy Truscott. And when Missy came after her, what I was impressed with Jessica just stayed calm. Like, hey, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to go and start talking about, your photos or whatever you're talking about over here. Listen, I'm here to take care of business, do a job, right? And I'm staying by what I said. I'm the reigning Ms. Olympia figure champion for the Masters. I placed second consistently to Sid. And so I think that's all really interesting.
I think it was great. They we were not even paying attention to anything else but figure. It's like, hey, what is gonna happen? Like, what is going on? This is great. Like, I'm getting messages. Did you see what
she had her popcorn out? Okay, we have a question. Do you all feel like, similar to other sports, moving to be, should the champion really have to be beat clearly to lose the title? It seems like the title reign era is over at the O. That's interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to address that. I mean, here's what I would say. I will say that I feel that clearly the judging is very fair. Everyone thought that some of these girls were going to have huge advantages going into the Olympia. They were talked about. Even judges have talked about, them being the ideal physiques. And when push came to shove and everyone was standing for the judges, they made amazing calls. They were very fair, and they didn't give any favoritism to any of the athletes that we thought were really strong going in. So that should make fans feel very good about our system. That should make the athletes very good about, the way judging is done, because no one was given a gift. Everybody was clean slate. And that's one thing I will say about the judging at the Olympia, and that should make everyone feel really good,
Yeah, especially this year. You can tell that about this year.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I mean, I love sports of all kinds, and it gets boring when you have a champion that's just winning. I mean, it's great for them. I've been there. So believe me, trust me, I know. And I know how it feels to be that person that you're continuing to win. A lot of times you start to, the people that love you, your family, your friends, they're the ones there that's like, keep winning. But everybody else is like, hey, listen, you know, let's change this up. So it's really right. You know what I mean? Let's change this up. But you know,
and they stop loving you. They stop loving you too. People sort of like, the fans stop loving you. They're like, man,
so fast.
Yeah,
so fast.
It is true. It's very fast.
Fans are so fair weather. But okay, so let's talk about Zenobia and Natalia. This is your 5th and 6th place. Definitely need to talk about them because two incredible athletes who bring it to that stage. I have to say it was so awesome to see Zenobia back in the mix because I know that she'd been through a lot behind the scenes. I know she had to have some cysts removed, I believe, on her ovaries. I think she had some really, crazy things that she was going through. I was following her on Instagram and social media and everything. And I know that she's been through a lot. So this was a huge win for her. I know she has her sights set on winning the Olympia, but coming back in the mix, placing top 5, I think is an awesome catapult for her to start looking at that and trudging the path on that.
Natalia, I wonder what happened with Natalia because Natalia's just like, she's been second, like she's been in that place where you see her. I remember seeing her one year. And I'm like, man, this girl is gonna win it. She was so close.
I think when Natalia, the judges told her that she was getting a little bit too lean. Okay. It was something that they said to her. And at that point on, she tried to make some adjustments because she is not as ripped or conditioned as we've seen her when she was getting, because I know she's placed 3rd, but I believe she placed 2nd.
Yeah. At one point, I think it was in 2020, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, in 2020, because I was at the Olympia and I was like, wow, this girl looks incredible.
Yeah. Don't you think that Wendy, didn't someone say to her that she should kind of scale it back a little?
Yes, and this goes to what Adela has said in the past, which is we don't know what it's going to look like on someone until we see it. So maybe judges across the board want to see the girls softer. Some of them look better softer and some of them look worse softer. Some girls, you have to play your game. And if your game is, contested as maybe too hard, but that's your strength, that's what you bring to the stage. Sometimes I'm of the opinion that you got to play your game and come to the stage in the best physique that you know that you look the best, and then hope that gets rewarded because you know in your heart that the judges are telling you they want to see you as is not going to be what is going to be your ideal physique. So sometimes we have to, write out what the judges are telling us with what we know our body is going to look the best as when we step on that stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I agree.
And that's her
strength. Go ahead.
That's always been her strength. Natalia, her strength has always been those round, brown glutes. And when she loses any of that, it just, unfortunately, it takes her down a lot of notches. But when she shows up with those round, full muscle bellies, we could argue that that's too much muscle, but it also is her game. And that's what makes her really stand out in the pack.
Yes. Because she almost got lost in the mix when I watched prejudging. I said, where's Natalia? And I'm like, oh, okay, there she is. Because I'm just so used to seeing her just be like, whoo. As soon as you see her, I'm like, whoa, that girl is conditioned. She's just got it together. And, I think also here, since you have them to the rear, with Nicole, I've seen Nicole sharper in her conditioning her glutes. And I think with her taking that time off and making that adjustment, you know what I mean? Like she's on point. She looks amazing. But I do feel like when a judge sees you and they know, because that was the only difference with her, right? Yeah. As far as like the placing,
Yes,
I'm gonna say.
Well, that's a good thing. So the best thing anybody could hear is to place top 5 and to know that there's still improvements that can be made. That's like the best news ever. The worst news ever is, you know, you place 5th and there's no improvements that can possibly be made. Right?
Yeah. And guys, I'm gonna say this too, like the whole conversation, like with Missy Truscott, and you know, I did completely and totally get it from many places and feelings of being that person that's the champion, and then all of a sudden they're talking about this other person that's coming over, and she's Miss Olympia fitness, and she's coming over, and it's like, hey, wait a minute, there's all these other girls that now they're not in the conversation. And then at the press conference, we saw that they chose to have Jessica Reyes there, and it was Missy Truscott, and it was Jessica, and not Jessica and Lola, it was Jessica and Missy. I'm going to say this from the very beginning on the outset. What I knew when I look at this lineup and how much I love figure and respect for these athletes, I knew I love you, Missy, but I knew you weren't going to get past Ria, Lola, Jessica. Denise was kind of like, not to say a dark horse. You're not getting past Nicole. You're not getting past Natalia. And then when it came to Lena, Erica, and Jennifer, like Jennifer Zener, amazing structure, amazing physique. So I knew, you know what I mean? Because with figure, when you guys turn to the rear, like, hey, I mean, I know Missy from the rear. I knew that's where she was going to have a challenge. I knew she's going to, just the way her glutes and stuff, like in figure, she has the muscle, and an amazing athlete. Just the fact in fitness that you guys have to do both was incredible. So she did show up and have an incredible physique. And we knew that she could step into that top 10, but I knew she wasn't going to get past those girls.
I honestly, I always say that, you know, fitness, sometimes we think fitness is the same as figure when it comes to the physique round, but honestly, I'm going to tell you, no, it's not. It's not. Because in fitness, you can get away with certain flaws in your body, but in figure, it's all about those little details. And it's just it's little details. And, you know, it's just one of those things, like you're right, like I knew too from the back. I mean, it's like improvement on those glutes, hamstrings, you know.
I'm going to say this about Missy, okay? And I think that, you know, everyone can have their opinion about the comments that were made between all the athletes and everything like that. But I'm going to say this, and I mean this. I think that it takes a hell of a lot of courage that I don't think many people can really wrap their head around, for Missy to attack first of all, her 3rd title the way she did after coming off of an injury. And nobody can tell me otherwise. I mean, that takes so much grit, so much courage, so much determination to come back, win that 3rd title after overcoming everything she had. I had so much damn respect for her doing that. And then to enter the figure division and to have the kind of confidence that she had, and to go in and just attack that press conference, attack like the energy. I don't know, like there's something about that energy that you can't deny. Wow. Like it takes a lot of, you know what, it takes a lot of courage for somebody, and people just don't even have that. So you got to respect that part of the game, right?
And I honestly know that she knows. She even said it on one of her posts. She's like, I know, I suppose, you know, my flaws. Well, she knows it. And going in, even her husband said it to her. They do YouTube together, and he's like, you're not going to be, I mean, you'd be lucky if you place top 5. Like, he's straightforward told her that. And she just looks at him, but they know, I mean, like, they're very real about the competition. And I know that she knows what she needs to work on, and she knows that everything is from a place of love. And we doing a recap, and, you know, but we know that Missy works hard. If she she came back from that injury, she can bring that physique into that Olympia stage back again, and, you know, mix them to that top 5.
It's all of what you guys are saying is so on point, you know, with Missy, because I sat there at the press conference and I just looked at it, and I think when I think about the fitness division and the fact that she's won the Miss Olympia fitness 3 times, and then she did it behind an injury, and then she sat there with the confidence to say, "Hey, listen," like, you know, going toe to toe with Jessica in the conversation, like that takes tenacity, and it takes, even though like some of the things said, I was like, whoa, like whoa. You know what I mean? But
we're not,
and
just
then,
for fans watching, we're not condoning anything. I'm just speaking to the type of courage that it takes to enter a ring the way that she did.
Yes.
But,
and I agree.
That's all I'll say about that.
Correct. And that's why, you know, they had so much focus on her all year long. It wasn't that, like you said, she didn't think like, oh, I'm going to go in here and knock those people out, but she talked about it. Like, she spoke with that because you have to, right?
Yeah.
You're competing. So
nothing wrong with a little bit of excitement. And guess what? The figure division had a lot of action going on, and we were all excited about it. So it's all good.
There was a lot of passion. Yes.
And I know we got to go into fitness, but congratulations to Lena Ramsteiner. I mean, she just beat Jessica Reyes this past weekend. So obviously you got it. I mean, to go from that placing to challenge Jessica is amazing.
I'm gonna pull up Lena really fast because I do want to talk about her. We need to bring her in the conversation a little more because I do think she's one to watch. She's a rising star. We've seen her move her way up the ranks. I want to actually speak to something that you might be surprised when to talk about. I want to say I really love Lena when she's a blonde on stage. I think that she stands out the most when she's blonde. I think she'd colored, I know this is a weird thing to talk about, but she colored her hair red and she showed up on stage, and she's always a beautiful competitor. There's something about her overall look when she's, you know, her hair is blonde and her tan is on point and all of that. And everyone has a look. You know, I wore green like every show because I know that some people just want a new look just because they want a new look. But sometimes when something works, I think you got to stick to it. And I'm just going to put this out there. My observation and my opinion is when she's got this look, she just really pops to me.
I love it. Yeah, she looks great.
Look at those glutes on her.
I know.
And your hammies. She's
got such a beautiful structure. It's crazy from the back. When she turns the back, the glutes, the thing about her glutes are, it's not only that they're tight, but they're tiny and they have short insertions. So they pop out more. Like you look at like Sid Gillen's were lower, you know, Zenobia has lower insertions, beautiful glutes, but Lena's are short. They tie high and they're tight, tiny. And when she turns to the back, she's got these round, tiny little glutes. And I think that really makes her stand out too.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
From the front, you can see the upper glute from the front when you look at her photo. Yeah, it's incredible.
Beautiful.
Exactly. Yep. Yes. All right,
I'm so
ladies.
Happy for Jennifer Zeenert too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
She made the top 10.
Let's pull her up. Did we pull her up already? Let's see. Do we have Jennifer Zeenert? Yes, we do. Good job, Lenda. Your homework. Woo. All right. So we've got Jennifer Zeenert. So Jennifer Zeenert, this was the best I've ever seen her. Honestly, incredible. She just posted some comparison photos from when she qualified and her previous Olympias. I know she had that surgery in her chest earlier in the season, so I wasn't really sure how she was going to show up. But man, she overcame that adversity, and I've never seen her better.
I was impressed. We will definitely have her on the show. She works really hard. You can see it. Is this the first time she placed in the top 10?
This is her second time. I think a couple years ago she also another one I'm really keen on her look. I love her blonde hair. I love her red suit. I think it's a really good look for her also.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very, very pretty girl too. Beautiful.
And then we have Missy Truscott placed 10th.
Yes.
Oh, look, I was there. I placed 11, Adela. No, that
Wow,
every
Adela,
time
you just jumped in there.
I
You just
cannot say
jumped
her
right
last
there.
name, but every time I hear that, she's from Slovakia, Adela Jovico. I cannot say
Well,
that, but it's nice to hear
so
that name.
yes, Adela. It is, a rare name. I like it. Maybe I like it because I like you.
Yeah, I know. So we're going
Okay.
into fitness.
Yes. Yes. Let's go.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Yes, we have 11 beautiful women on the fitness stage. Michelle Mensa, she came out and we had her on the show. We actually had her in the mix. We were talking a lot about her being a threat to win that title. We knew she was going to be fighting for that, but overcoming Jacqueline Baker was a tough feat. We're going to talk a little bit about that because we know we had some information on some things that Jacqueline had been through. So we want to share that with the fans, what Jacqueline went through. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Taylor Learmont, she performed the best routine of the night and ended up creeping to third after the physique round. I think she placed a little lower. So that was, she bumped to third because of the routine. Amber Steffen taking fourth, the great placing for her. Anna Fomina, fifth. Allison Kramer dropping a couple placings from last year to sixth, but still top six is an amazing placing. Amy Hamilton, seventh. Tamara Vaughn, I know she was hoping to place a little higher, but still top 8 is a great placing. Andrea Glass getting 9th. Jenny Worth placing 10th, Master Olympia champion. And Jessica Zare, 11th. Hey, really fast, Adela, how many Olympias has Jenny Worth competed in now?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but I think she probably competed about 10. We're talking about when she competed in the past. I mean, but she's done a lot of Olympias.
I mean, she's been around since the 90s.
Yes. Jenny Worth turned pro before me, and we had her out there at the show, and it was pretty cool to see that, and for her to continue to be doing this and winning the Masters Olympia, she was just happy to continue to do what she does. She loves it, She didn't go into the Olympia like, oh, I'm going to take this. I mean, she knows, we kind of know as we get older, like, hey, this is something that I want to do. She has a successful business going on. So it was pretty nice to see her doing that. But interesting. So in the physique round, I'm going to tell you how it went. So we had Michelle in first, Allison second, Jacqueline Baker was third, Tamara was fourth, Jessica was fifth, Amy Hamilton sixth, Anna 7, Amber 8, Taylor was 9, Jenny 10, and Andrea was 11. That was the physique round. So So looking at that physique round when I was watching, I'm like, oh my God, this is at the end they pull. It was Allison and it was Michelle, the last two. So you knew that the physique round was going to go between those two. Then it came the routine round, and that was when everything was just like, everything just completely turned. So let's talk about the physique first, and then we can go into the routine round. So if people don't know, the physique round is only 1/3 of the score, and the routine round is the heaviest part of it. So this is where things just gotta, once the routine round comes in, and whoever wins that routine round, it can flips everything around. So, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yes.
Okay. So where did Jacqueline place in the physique round?
Jacqueline got in the physique round, she got third, and for her, that was her best physique. I was talking to her. She said it was very hard for, like, that's the best look. And I do agree with her. This is the best she ever looked in my eyes. And also, as she made a post where she said when she was able to nail that back pose, that for a long time she was not, because she has some injuries that she has been dealing with. For her, that was a win as well, to be able to hit that back pose.
Okay.
So.
Wow. Yeah. So The physique round, the first call out, for her to place third, she had to be in the first call out. But I don't remember her. She was in the first call out.
Yeah, she was. She's right here on the green.
Okay. Yeah.
My
All right.
apologies, ladies. My computer froze up, so let's just keep going.
Okay, that's fine.
So Allison, you know, her physique looks incredible. Like Wendy and I were saying, like, if anybody who should think about maybe figure will be Allison, because her physique looks beautiful. And then we have I know Tamara got fourth in that physique round, and Jessica got fifth, and Amy Hamilton sixth. So those are your top six in that physique round. Then when I went to the routine, that's when things completely flipped. And we were going to talk about Jacqueline and what happened to her, because I know Jacqueline was pretty upset. We don't see it. I didn't see anything was wrong, but I know that she had made a post where she said that the wrong music was played, and she was actually facing back to the audience, because that's how she was going to start her routine. So she was telling them, like, hey, it's not my music. It's not my music. Then her music just started playing. So she had to go, and she said, look, the dancing background, it's like people don't understand. People keep telling her, but how come you didn't stop and just tell them? She said, because that's not what I'm used to.
That's
From
right.
a dancing background, once we start, we just go. When the music starts, you just go. So she ended up twisting her ankle, I believe, like her foot. She shows like and you can see it, because when I was watching it this morning again, I'm like, wow, I can see it right there where she injured her foot. So she goes here.
So I'm gonna actually pull that up. She showed us a photo.
And I saw perfection. I saw nothing. There was no sign that.
Nope.
Yeah.
And you can see it there when she lands, and you can see the injury as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
So
here's her. We want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rough. Oh, gosh,
so it
that's
happened
like
right there.
Watch. That's really hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
Yep. You see her wince.
Mm-hmm. You can see that.
So,
oof.
We didn't actually know, because she still executed such a beautiful routine.
She really did.
And I really thought she had it, to be honest. That's the thing. And no one would have had any complaints if Jacqueline was taking that title. But we had no idea what she was going through behind the scenes. We had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched many of the fitness routines this year, and I'm going to say that this year at the Olympia, the cleanest across the board with all the ladies. They really represented, and they really brought it. Like with Jacqueline, I just thought her routine was flawless. I didn't see any of the, any signs of that was in her music, or any signs of there was a hiccup. It was just flawless. I think with Shelly, what I do know, and we had this conversation with her when she was on the set, is that she was told that she needed to make sure that everything that she put into her routine, that she could execute it and not like peter out or start to get sloppy toward the end. And I felt like she did a great job of being really consistent, like with that. She did do what the judges asked her to do.
Yeah.
Would you say that? What would you say, Adela? Because
I mean, it's like we had her at the show, right? So she has a great routine, but I know that she has a lot of improvement to make. Her physique is beautiful. I mean, even in her physique, like I've seen her a little bit sharper before. When you put her side to side with, like when they were together, it was Allison, Kramer, and her. I mean, like Michelle, I mean, it could have gone either way. I mean, there were only 1 point. Michelle got 7 points, and Allison got 8 points. So it was very close. So for Michelle, she had to polish herself whenever it comes to that, like right here, like you can see on the suit a little bit lower, pulling that suit up. Like it could have gone either way. I think I've seen another suit that she wore before. It was the one, the Arnold, I believe it was higher. So it kind of gave her a better shape. But she still, like, she killed that physique round. I mean, when you look
She
at it.
did.
Yeah, it's still like.
Did she win the physique round?
Yeah, she did. She won the physique
because
round.
it was close.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this about Allison Kramer. If there is a case to be made for a fitness girl to cross over into the figure division, I would say I would make that case for Allison Kramer because this girl has such a phenomenal shape. I mean, her quad sweeps, her tiny waist, her flaring lats. I mean, obviously she'd have to work on, some depth in her back and some other things that would make her more competitive with the top figure girls. But it's very rare you see a fitness competitor with a structure like this because as we know, the fitness skills require a lot of oblique recruitment, a lot of prop recruitment. The muscles that throw off your symmetry are required to be able to perform these movements. So to have a physique like that in the fitness division is very rare.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I think Shelly did an amazing job. Shelly won my show, the Atlanta Pro. She won it the second time, and then that's what qualified her to be here on this stage. I mean, and I got to watch the physique round and watch the performances of all of the ladies in fitness. And so, when I saw the physique round and I saw the call outs and I saw where Michelle stood, I said, well, Michelle she has to really bring it and do what the judges asked her to do. I already have the confidence in Jacqueline because Jacqueline is so consistent. I think as far as her presentation. So, it was one of those things again where I was super proud of Shelly just representing, and she won Atlanta twice. And but I know Jacqueline's story. So when I see something like this, I always have that feeling of, okay, like what more do you guys want from her?
Yes.
What more can she do? That was my feeling.
Yeah. Well, also another thing about Jacqueline is she was telling me that it's going to take her some time to not just get over the injury physically, but also mentally, because one thing that people, I don't know, really realize about the fitness girls is these skills. I mean, imagine the fear of just like flipping backwards, the fear of, falling and twisting your ankle, or even the fear of taking me out. I mean, these are fears that we have. We don't think we think people are like superhumans, but after breaking a foot, after injuring yourself like that, it plays in your mind over and over again. You can't stop playing that moment over and over in your mind, and it creates fear and this resistance to do that skill or whatever over and over again. So she's going to have to recover from the fear of it, in addition to the way that she feels. So that's where that will and that eye of the tiger and that tenacity that the fans want so much from a champion like Jacqueline. We want to see her come back. We want to see her overcome this. And we're all really rooting for her. And how awesome of a story would that be for her to come back after this and to finally win that title? So I'm going to speak for all of us. We're really hoping that that's what we see from her.
Yeah, because that's hard. It's challenging to come back, but if anybody can do it, ladies in fitness, Jacqueline, can. Just take some time to just get past the whole thing. Try your best to not take it personal and just do what you have to do.
We have a champion, Michelle Mensah, who is absolutely stunning. I mean, we're so happy for her. I mean, that win, was so well deserved. Also, there was a case that could have been made for about 4 of those girls to have won, and a lot of people had Taylor pegged as the winner. But what people need to realize is Taylor did win the
The
routine
routine round. Yes, she did. Mm-hmm.
She did. And I'm gonna pull that up in a second here. So you guys can talk about that. Adela, give your insight on pulling it up.
Her routine is incredible. I mean, I just like that she also, when she picked her theme, she thought about who's watching this routine. It's not only like just, I mean, who I'm performing not just only for the audience, but I'm performing also to these judges that are old school. So I got to bring something that kind of relates to them. You know, she got this like roulette routine, you know, the music as well. So they relate to that. And I think some of the other girls, which I like the way that the music that they brought in, but at the same time, you got to think about, okay, are these judges going to understand what I'm doing? Like, what kind of music is this? So not only that, her skills are like out of this world too. Like I always say, I wish I would never. I'm glad I never had to compete with that because you know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know, play your game now, Adela. So that's a thing with the fitness girls. They all have their game to play when it comes to their routines. Taylor, what we see from Taylor is very calculated, skillful movements. She doesn't go fast. She doesn't have a lot of energy, but she takes her time and she's getting better at not putting space between skills.
Yeah.
Still connects everything. She's starting to connect everything even more and take her time. So she's nailing her style and her game.
Yeah.
She's not trying to play someone else's game, which would be like an Adele would be on the other end of the spectrum. Your energy, you know, you don't miss a beat. Every single second is taken by an energetic movement, and that was your game. If you pause and you took your time trying to play Taylor's game, that wouldn't have suited your style, you know what I mean? So I look at Taylor as like another Oksana type of performer where things are connected but very calculated. Do you know what I mean?
I like what you said, because remember when her first routine that year when we were all wowed by her the first year, and she was making a lot of stops, you know. Yeah. And now it's like her routine just flows. It just flows, and it is her style. And I mean, I want to see her. I want to see this girl just nailing that physique and coming in, because maybe she will be the one that is going to push fitness into being a little bit more out there. More girls will get into competing as well, because it's just beautiful. Yeah. I mean,
she's just beautiful. Yeah. And she really did improve her physique.
Yes.
I mean, I saw her.
That's what I'm going to say. She really did.
She did. I mean, she's taking it serious. She's someone that's transitioned in and she understands the physique round, and she's.
Yeah, so she ended up placing 9 in the physique and then first in the routine. So then her whole score went down to 55 points. So it was
And I'm really proud of
see improvements in her physique for sure.
Yes, without question. Yep, I got to see that up close and personal. She has just really improved. So I'm really proud of Amber Steffen.
Yes, Amber.
Yes, very proud of her. So this is her best placing at the Olympia.
Oh, yes.
Fourth ranked.
Fourth place. She's super excited. I think she's competing pretty soon too. She's going to try to qualify for the Olympia early. Yeah, very excited for her. Energy.
I love how she stuck it. Her routine was again flawless, and it showed. When she finished it, she was like that cheerleader,
jumping, having fun.
Yes.
And you got to talk about the girl that you like. You like that Anna Formina?
Yes, Formina. And I loved Anna Formina. And you know, I think that's the thing too. What I'm going to say about.
I know you're talking about Anna, but I just pulled up Amber Steffen.
Let's put Amber. Sorry.
Amber. The thing I want to say too with like Amber always comes in great condition.
Yes.
She just, you know, she doesn't have like the physique that we see in you know, Michelle or in Allison, but her conditioning is always just so really on point. And she does all that she can do. She dots every I, crosses every T. Even I think in the physique round, her positioning, her posing was even better. Her angles.
Yes.
She has so
Well,
much
yeah,
fun
I
on that
mean,
stage too. It's just she's just having
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
She's got the energy. So she connects everything, and she has the spritz, the energy. And I will say this about her physique. Her physique is strong for performing. She
Yeah.
has, very developed obliques. She has very developed traps. She doesn't have a lot of lats, but she's she's like a grappler, right? She has the very athletic, grappling, beautiful physique for dancing, for gymnastics, and that suits her really well to perform these routines the way that she does, right? And so it's almost like, what do you do? Because she has this perfect physique for this little gymnast style, but if she were to try to shave down her waist, open up her lats, that might cost her what her style is on the performance round. So a lot of these girls have to contend with that, the physique and the routine, having to put those together. And I think that's why they changed the rules. They have now the routine is 2/3 and the physique is 1/3. And I think that's exactly why, because they want these girls to be equipped to be able to create and perform these routines the way that they do.
Yeah. And I think that when I look at the top four and I look at Amber, because I'm always trying to, how do they balance when you have a physique like, I know last year, I think Taylor, the first year Taylor competed, she placed second, and her physique was very different from what we see this year. But she was able to move. Her routine was so phenomenal, but her physique was so, like, she was probably in the last call out as far as physique, but she managed to be in second place. So like sometimes I look at the placings and how they do things, but it makes sense with Amber, because Amber's doing everything that her routine was flawless.
Yeah.
Her conditioning and her posing
Perfect.
and her presentation was on point. So it just makes sense. You can see the balance of what you guys are talking about, 1/3 of physique and 2/3 routine. Yeah.
And at one point they told her she needed to get bigger delts, shoulders, and I'm like, it's your physique. You can't get anything bigger than that. Like she's just like such a short little girl, like 4'11". It's like you can.
I love her physique, and I think it's what helps her create the routines that she does. I love the way that Amber performs. I want more Amber the way she is. I hope she doesn't try to chase something that would take her out of the way that she's able to perform. And I hope that it keeps getting rewarded. Realize she did just place one spot out of an automatic 2026 qualification.
I know.
So wow. She'll get that. Yes. Very interesting. Yeah. So now let's go into talking about Anna
FEMME. Yes. She competed at my show this year. And it was pretty cool because, I ended up giving a prize for the top 6. Like I said, let's just do it, And she was so excited. She's like, the first time I got some money at a show. So, but now at the Olympia, I'm pretty sure that she was super excited. Beautiful routine. Her routines are incredible. They go on the side of Oksana. Kind of like that. Like that. And I remember watching her physique, and I'm like, this girl, if she just get conditioned, a little bit more conditioned, she's gonna be a threat to some of these girls here.
Yeah. So because
do you have her background, Adela? Is she a dancer?
Yeah, she's I believe so. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not very familiar,
She
but
has to be.
Yeah, she gotta be a dancer. Just like Oksana, like how do they call that? Rhythmic gymnastics. That's what she goes into that.
So would you say that of all the girls that's in her routine, she told a story more?
Yes, she did the Terminator. Terminator. Yeah, she did. Yeah. It's one of those routines that you don't forget it. The same thing with Taylor's routine as well.
Look at that.
Yeah. Because I remember you saying, like, I like that girl with all the bending. Like, I said that's Anna. I said that's Anna.
I really enjoyed her. I really did. Yeah.
And the routine are so exciting to watch. I think all the girls really they brought it when it came to the routine. They, it was a really good Olympia this year with a physique wise in the fitness as well as the routines. There was not one routine that you said, "Oh my God!" Like that's what she likes.
That right there, I was like, "Oh my God!" Like that really.
Like, I'm gonna try that when I get home. No.
It was so amazing. So amazing. She's so amazing. Yes.
So she, just like Jacqueline, and I can appreciate this, I love how clean she is. I love how she finishes her moves, pointed toes.
Yeah.
She somehow makes the worm look graceful.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Which is very hard to do.
Yeah.
Whenever you can make the worm look graceful, put it in your routine and show off, because
yes.
Yeah, she's a beautiful competitor. I like her costume. All those little details.
It makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
It was so exciting just to see all these girls, and we were just like, Michelle, and I mean, it could have gone either way, Michelle or Jacqueline. Like, we all would have been excited for any of them. Like, it just, I mean, Jacqueline, we want to see you back on that stage, girl. Gotta see you back on that stage. Yes.
Yeah, I know. So we didn't get through all of the ladies. I know we've already been on for an hour. But congratulations to all. Allison Kramer, Amy Hamilton, Tamara Vaughn, amazing. Andrea Glass, amazing. I enjoyed her. Jenny Worth, ladies, congrats.
It was truly.
You did a great job.
Well, here's one thing that we can say about this division before we take off, and that is that we are coming into the new guard here in this division. We're coming into a new guard in a lot of the divisions, actually. Yes. And we haven't talked about the men, but we're talking all about the women. But, we had the torch pass with Chris to Ramon, which was exciting. Yes. We had Sid pass the torch on to Ray, who seems to be her protege. Right. We had Michelle Mensa, who is now taking the lead in the fitness division, and a new round of fitness girls that are all here to impress and give us awesome performances. And across the board, we've had some new faces and some fresh new feels and vibes coming to the Olympia, and we're here for it.
Yep. And the UK did take a lot of divisions. I noticed
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Go UK.
Right. Representing, the UK is representing, just like Brazil is representing another division. It's like, hey.
That's it. Well, guys, this wraps up our recap 2 of fitness and figure. So proud of all the ladies. And thank you guys for joining us out there. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do, and like this video, because we do our very best. We love what we do, and we love you, right, ladies?
Yes. Oh yeah, we love it. Yeah. See you guys.
Love you. We love you all. And on Friday, we're going to be doing physique and bodybuilding. So make sure you come back for more on Friday. Bye. Guys.